I think comparable, I do have an autonomous office chair. And I think, honestly, if I was to pick one over again, I would probably wait a little bit on. Hey guys, what's going on? John here, and today I'm gonna be doing a review of the SIDIZ T50. So this is a really cool ergonomic chair. Really like the look and feel of this chair. I think for overall, what I wanna talk about is kind of breaking this down into a few different categories. So first, talking about the assembly. Second, talking about the overall like look and feel of the chair, its functionality, and then third, probably what I think of the chair just overall compared to some others in its class and similar price points. So in terms of assembly, this was actually one of the easiest office chairs I've ever assembled. Believe it or not, it came with this extremely large wrench that you could use for assembling just a few of the bolts. Most of the pieces were actually already assembled. The only thing that I had to do was put there's a main hold piece that you have there in the center that it actually comes down and that locks into place. So this already had all the wheels on the base. You basically throw this centerpiece down, you attach the back of the chair to the base, and then you attach each of the arms. And I was probably done within less than 15 minutes. It was honestly one of the fastest chairs that I've ever assembled. It also came extremely well packaged for whatever reason. It had tape literally over the entire box. It was almost like they went a little bananas with it, if I'm being honest. But in reality, nothing, came out damaged or dinged. So I was very happy that that was the case. I would prefer that than to have damaged parts and have to return it. Now, in terms of the chair itself, the look and the feel of it is really awesome. I actually have, as you can see here, there's basically a little standing desk I have. It's just this L-shaped white standing desk. And, I wanted something that really matched that. And this chair does a really perfect job of doing that. So they do have a lot of different color options. I'm pretty happy with this white one. I think it just looks really slick. If we turn around here, you can see they have their logo in the back. In terms of overall functionality, you've got your lumbar here, which is really interesting. I haven't seen this on any other chairs, but the way it adjusts is this nozzle that actually turns, and it can basically push into the back of the mesh and give you extra lumbar support. In terms of adjustability, you can push this up or down, and that's how you can, arrange this based on your back. Both armrests here, which have on each side, you've got a button that you can just push down, and this will allow you to, raise or lower the armrest. So that's gonna be something that'll work for really just about anyone. The seat cushion, very thick, very comfortable. Really no issues there. And again, as most of these ergonomic chairs have, you've got this nice curve in the back of the mesh. It's very breathable. And again, the added lumbar support, which is pretty comfortable. You've also got a nice headrest here, which I think is better than some others that I've seen, honestly. This one just doesn't feel very flimsy. I've had some others, they just kind of felt like a wanky add-on where it's just not really a great addition to the chair, and this one actually really feels like it goes with it. And the actual back piece here is this like really smooth, not super thick, but thick enough that it's giving you the head support that you want, and it's not just some like flimsy mesh piece that looks like they just added on to kind of give it the extra high-rise piece that you'd want on the back of the chair. I think you actually have to use the wrench here. I haven't adjusted this. I liked where it was at, so I left it, but you can use the wrench here to adjust it, so that's kind of nice. It's not going to just move up and down on you accidentally. And then in terms of the other adjustments that you have on the chair, you've got down here an adjustment for basically like front to back. So if you want to move the seat left or right, you could do that. And then you've also got some thickness adjustments here where you could do like plus or minus, and it'll add like extra lumbar and whatnot in the seat. And then you've also got this pull bar here, and if I'm not mistaken, this will actually help with the adjustment, moving the chair back and forth as well. You've also got on this side another adjustment that can be used to actually raise the chair up or down. So if I move this, I had to move the camera here, you can move this up or down to kind of like adjust whether or not the seat is tilting or not. So that's kind of cool, because depending on how you want to be seated, that'll help. And then of course, pretty typically, this is just going to adjust the seat up or down with the weight, while you're sitting in it. So pretty common for most adjustments. I think if we jump over here, it did come with a couple manuals, and it has this nice little booklet it came with. And then you've got your user guide, assembly instructions, and then there was actually a second set of assembly instructions, which I believe is in another language. But if we go through this, it really walks you through everything, very detailed pictures, goes through, they've got the seat height adjustment, the multi-limited tilting. So that's basically what I was talking about there. And then you've also got the tilting tension. So that's like raising the seat up and down. You've got the headrest adjustments, the lumbar adjustments, all the armrest adjustments, the seat slope, which is just an additional setting. The seat slide, so you can move it in and out. So in terms of adjustability, I mean, you've got just about anything you could possibly need here, and it goes through everything in the manual. And then as well, they do give you a nice assembly booklet. This actually is a super simple guide where pretty much all you're doing is adding the armrests. You're basically doing the backrest assembly, which was really easy to do on a table. You install the gas lift assembly, that's what I was trying to call it, and then the final assembly. So it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, you're done. Very easy to assemble. I think comparable, I do have an autonomous office chair that was a similar price point. And I think honestly, if I was to pick one over again, I would probably wait a little bit on, function in terms of like the style, like what you're doing. Like if you have a desk like this and you want something to match, I don't know if autonomous will have something that I think looks quite as slick as this does against this desk. But overall, they're almost like neck and neck. One thing I will say about this, and it's kind of a pro and a con, is of all the office chairs that I've ever tested, this one actually glides really easily on the floor. So sometimes you'll find yourself actually moving around a little bit more than you might have really wanted to, but in reality it's also a pro, because if you want to like quickly zoom around, or kind of like let's say we've got a table over here, if I wanted to quickly like move my chair and just go sit over here, I could glide right across the floor. And in all honesty, it's a little bit fun too, to just kind of, it's like using a shopping cart and kind of going around like crazy with it. But yeah, overall I really like the chair, very happy with it, and I would definitely purchase it again at this price point. Thanks for watching.